So intermittent fasting does not work. Intermittent fasting does not work. It didn't work for you. Okay, impossible. Now, that's impossible for starters. Now, first, I want to go over three of the biggest mistakes that people make when they start intermittent fasting, when it's new to them. Three common mistakes that I've seen people make over and over again, and a reason why they fail or become discouraged. The first one is trying to do too much. People start intermittent fasting and they just trying to do too much. I'm like, chill out. You're trying to do too much. You can't do this much. Take it easy, a little bit at a time. I know you want the results. You want to, you want to lose 20 pounds. You want to get shredded up. You want to have, triceps showing, and you want to see some ab. But you have to take it easy. Start off nice and slow. For some people have to start off with 8 hours of fasting. After that, you go up to 12, 16. I've noticed that a lot of people who I put on intermittent fasting programs can start at 16 hours, no problem. But sometimes this is too much for somebody's mind to handle. Sometimes we got to start at 8 hours. Just say, hey, listen, just go 8 hours without eating. Just drink water for 8 hours. After that, you do what you want to do. Then you go up to the 12, 16. Then it goes to 18, 20, 24, whatever you choose to do. But a major problem that people have is they try to do too much from the beginning and they get burnt out. They hop right in. Oh, I'm going to do 20 hours a day. And then after that, they're done. Oh, I'm going to do 16 hours. And after that, for the next 3 days, they're done. You want to think this is going to be a lifestyle. This is something that you want to be able to do for the rest of your life. So take it easy. Start off at a good pace. Another big mistake that people make when they're starting intermittent fasting. Another big mistake is they take it too serious. Now, when I say that, I mean that you get people who sometimes you tell them, okay, well, they say, okay, I'm going to eat in a 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. window. Those will be my 8 hours eating. That's when I'm going to fast. Okay, cool. But they take it a little bit too serious that they have to stop eating for some kind of personal or social reason. I'm sorry, stop fasting, meaning just say they're going from 12, the eating window is from 12 to 8 p.m. and just say they have to push it back to 8:30 or 9 because, they didn't start eating until 1 or 2. It's okay. It's okay. You can adjust fasting however you like to do it. The goal is to stay within your window. But even on a day that you can't fast due to personal, family, or social reasons, just don't do it because you're going to do it. This is a marathon. This is something that you plan to do forever. So don't even sweat it. If you can't fast one day, if you can only fast for 12 hours, you fast for 12 hours. You're making improvements. You're doing better than you did before. Even though it is good for some people to be straight wired like that, this is when you do it. That's it. That's okay. But what I'm saying is, if you have something going on and you can't eat in that window or you can't fast for that certain amount of time, just don't, alter it, make some changes. The third and probably one of the biggest reasons why people screw up when they're intermittent fasting or it doesn't work for them is because they don't do it. They go in with a negative mindset and they don't do it. They may fast for one day. They may fast for 1 week. And then they go tell people, hey, it didn't work for me. It didn't work right. No, it's not that fasting. That fasting has to work. Fasting always works. Even if you aren't seeing the results on the outside, there are things going inside your body on a cellular level where we know that fasting is working. Fasting has to work. This is something that heals the body from the inside out, okay? Just because you didn't see yourself lose 20 pounds or get, abdominals showing like you wanted to doesn't mean that fasting isn't. Fasting has to work. It always does. Anytime you go for a set amount of hours without your body having to worry or use energy to digest food and your cells are recovering, fasting is always working, okay? So fasting has to work. But one of the main issues that people have is they never do it. They never do it. They never tried it. They never did it for a good amount of time. They go for 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks. They go extreme. Then they stop. That's not doing it. You have to really get into it. Just think this is going to be my lifestyle and do it. And you will see the results you want to see eventually. People see theirs at different times. A lot of times men see their results faster than women because we have different hormones. But fasting has to work. It always works. One thing you have to do is do it. Fasting works, but the question is, do you work? You have to work, okay? Get dedicated and do it. Don't go around telling people and, somebody else may be considering starting to fast, and then you go and discourage them saying, hey, well, it didn't work for me. And then that person might be on a limbo and they get discouraged because they're looking for some positive feedback. And then you come in and you tell them, hey, it didn't work for me when you didn't even try. Okay. So one of the major mistakes that people make is they don't ever do it. Okay. It's important to do it. That's just 3 of the things that, that I noticed that people do where they fail with intermittent fasting, because you can't fail with intermittent fasting. It always works. It has to work. Okay. Easy. Take care.